Hello, this is Chiak, and we're back again with another set of this game, Syberia II. We have a stained glass mammoth. Oh, maybe we can actually read this entire letter this time. Okay, sister. Alexi was a man of God and my friend. He lived away from the monastery for many years among the strange Yukol people and their stories of the great mammoths of old that were divine to them. I am no wise monk, far from it, but I have prayed to God long enough to understand that he takes many different forms in the imaginations of men. This might help you. The key is in the light of the mammoth's eye. The light of the mammoth's eye. A stained glass mammoth, so we need to put this somewhere. Question is where? Oh, let's go pick up after people. Or, you know, just part of it. Can we pick up the bucket as well? Do we need the bucket? We don't. We just need the brush. Alright then. Where do we go from here? Oh. Hello, tree. I want to see this tree. Man, there's so much to... I feel like there's so much to explore. Oh. Where is it? I saw it. Just right here. What?
What on earth is that?
It's a tombstone, clearly, of Alexi. So we need something to cut that off. You're not gonna say anything?
Whiling away those celibate hours.
Okay.
This casket gives me the creeps.
Okay, that's nothing as well. You can't interact with those. So we need something to brush that off. I'm assuming there's nothing this way, or these monks are they guards? You guys want to tell me? I don't know. It's fine. It's ooh, whoa. This is quite wow. We can go either way. One goes up, one goes down. Good to know. The question is, did I go the wrong way? I think I just did. Yep, okay. Let's go back down. If these chandeliers go up, then we probably then have to go up there. But in the meantime, let's make our way downwards. See what's up with this. Nothing. Okay. At least I know running rules off. Oh, what? I can grab something. I don't know what. I can't even really tell. What in the world is that? I have no idea. Interesting. I'm not even sure if I'm anywhere near to solving this puzzle. I don't even know what this puzzle is. I have to say, this monastery has quite some secrets. Alright, so yes, the rest of the video got corrupted, and I had to, I'm hoping I was able to, I figured out what I did. There was quite a bit of length of video to try to figure out, to have only the audio cues to try to figure out what in the world I'm supposed to be doing. But we are going to be getting ourselves a book. So yes, I don't know, I can't remember where the video cuts off or the video corrupts, but I did try to pull every single one of those chandeliers down, and none of it worked. Because that wasn't the solution. It actually took me a while to figure out how to even put the stick back. Okay. So I know I need to go in here. I just based on listening... okay. Quiet whispering in my ear. I did turn off the music, by the way, because something triggers a copyright thing. Okay. So I don't know... Because mainly I was just watching or listening to the corrupted video, but I don't know any of the stuff I was doing beforehand. You doing okay? You good? Are you good? But my character was looking at these murals, and I do not know.
This is really amazing work, all the whiling away those celibate hours.
Because for the life of me, just from listening, I'm not sure the reason why because I think originally why I used the brush on this. I can only assume that I was at the point of where the game made me do the try every single object on every single thing, and you're stuck. Because she doesn't actually say, I didn't click on it, I realized I forgot to do that, but she just basically says those 2 lines of dialogues that you heard from on the other mural.
Some kind of symbol.
Alright. But yeah, I'm not, like, I have no idea why just by listening I did this. I can only assume I was just using any object on anything. The reason I could think of that. But clearly, we'll go back and we'll see how this takes place. So this is right at the top, and then going clockwise, 2, 3, 2. Or maybe I showed 2, 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, 3, 2. Okay, so let's go back. Because the short may be a bit smaller, but at the same time there's a lot of reading, so I don't think it's going to be that much smaller in comparison to the original. Alright. Oh, the birds twittering. What a beautiful day to break into some secrets. Okay. So let's get you downstairs. You can see the cross on the floor. That said, there is a puzzle I think I have to do, which we'll see we'll see if I can figure out. This is 2023 me trying to figure out what I did in 12 when I originally recorded this. Okay, I need to grab the stick. I mean, does this thing have an official name? Besides the stick? Okay. Obviously this one. Oh god, we're gonna have to, it's gonna take so long. 1. So 2, 2, so these 2 unlit. These 2. First one of the 2. Oh wow, that flame is really bouncing around, way off the candle. I don't think I noticed that before. Is it? Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, man, that. How long is is 1, 2, 3? Okay, let's just do this. I'm not sure if I ever noticed that detail before. Definitely did not hear myself commenting on it. That is some magical flames here. But okay, this should be it. This better be it. There we go. Oh my god. Alright, so. Oh, thank you. You put it back yourself. That's actually really wonderful. Okay, let's go back. We'll Let's go upstairs. All the way upstairs? I mean, we'll see it, right? So one of these has opened up. I don't know quite what the puzzle is just by listening, but here we go. Yeah, so they're all the way to the top, or as far as we can go. Okay. So I think... Did I do it? Is that it? What? Okay, I'm sorry, what does this document say again? We've lost a thing. Okay. Sister Alexa was a man of God and my friend. He lived away from the monastery for many years among the strange Yukon people and their stories of the great mammoths of old that were divine to them. I am no wise monk, far from it, but I have prayed to God long enough to understand that he takes money with different forms in the imagination of men. This might help you. The key is in the light of the mammoth's eye. Okay. Why did it close? That's the thing. There's nothing else I could do. Was I not supposed to press that? Do I have to go down and, I wasn't expecting it to close, though. Okay. So maybe I wasn't supposed to click that.
No point doing that.
Oh, okay. She says no point. Keys in the light of the mammoth's eye. Oh, that's just going back up, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's the problem now. I don't know. Assuming that because we looked outside, right? We looked outside, so how am I supposed to know where to go now? Because this won't open up anymore. I wasn't expecting this to... Oh, wait. What? Well, I'm sorry, what changed now? Whatever. Whatever. For me there, I was like, oh man, was I supposed to like see where it was, go outside? I don't know what I did differently. I just clicked it a bunch of times. Okay, open sesame. In we go. Okay, that's clearly what we need to get. Just seeing if there's anything else. Nope. Alexi Tsokhanov, Notes and Sketches from the Frozen North. Okay. Get ready, this is a very long reading. I don't even finish the book, I know that for a fact. So get ready, sit down, relax, and we'll have a reading time with Chiak. April 15th, 1947. I loaded my bags and provisions onto a sled pulled by several sturdy, healthy beasts and left the Romansburg Monastery, heading northwards in search of the mysterious peoples inhabiting the vast, desolate wastes of the Siberian tundra. My superiors had conferred on me the mission of evangelizing those pagan tribes from their heathen shamanic beliefs. I traveled under an assumed identity, that of a lowly trapper. I had to be wary of the agents of the state and of the military, for whom any religious activity is suspect. They, for their part, traveled the length and breadth of eastern Siberia trying to convince the villagers of the debatable benefits of collectivism. It took me several weeks to accustom myself to the unfamiliar harness. I found no dogs in Romansburg and had to make do with the yukis purchased from a hunter. Sorry, it's like I'm reading this and it's ticking certain things off of my head that past me definitely did not take notice of. Future me, because I played the future games, I'm taking notice of. Anyway, the yuki is related to both seals and dogs. In the wild, the yuki lives on riverbanks. It is an easy capture for the trapper, as its gluttony is well documented. In winter, it gorges itself on orange salmon, a prey that it often has to share in the wild with the fierce Siberian bear, another creature very partial to the fish. And this is Siberian bear. The yuki. Once tamed, the yuki is an affectionate but whimsical animal. It resists all forms of disciplined training, and only if there are no dogs available is it used to pull sleds. Certain Arctic peoples, however, seem to have better mastered the secret of their domestication, and the yuki is central to their daily activities. Of all the peoples who inhabit these god-forsaken regions, I find the Yukols the most fascinating. Perhaps that is why I headed for those regions where I was most likely to encounter them. A Yukol religious mask representing the soul messenger who guides the dying to the other world. The Yukols are fearful of him. The journey was long and dangerous. It wasn't until October 27, 1947 that, for the first time, I made contact with the Yukols. I have spent long months living among them. I have come to know them and to understand them for who they are. I soon abandoned any notion of converting them. I applied myself instead to the study of their moves and customs. So little is known about the Yukols. Less than is known of any inhabitant of the frozen north. Today they live far, far away at the furthermost tip of the Siberian tundra. Because of their remoteness and their inhospitable climate, the Yukols have remained small in number, overlooked by the scientific community and the Soviet governmental machine. The only documents available before my departure were several drawings, notes, and photographs taken 100 years ago by a Russian explorer, Marie Bujanov. It is to her we owe what little is of the Yukol people and its culture. I'm assuming it's supposed to be what little is known of the... I think it's missing a word there. Okay. The Yukols hark back to the last ice age. Curiously, traces of their presence have been found in Western Europe, more precisely in the heart of the French Alps, in the prehistoric caves of the Valdeline. This suggests that, over centuries, they undertook a long migration toward the extreme north of the globe. The sacred harfang. This bird is often inseparable from the Yukol shaman. It seems to be considered in turns as his friend, representative, and even as his incarnation. Lemmings congregate on the open plains of Siberia. They feed on grains and small fruits that they store in their holes to face the scarcity of the winter months ahead. Lemmings dig deep tunnels in the ice to escape their predators. The hunters they most fear are harfangs, who seem to find the lemming something of a delicacy. On several occasions during my journey, I encountered traces of Yukol society, far to the west of the areas we know today. Along forest trails, I discovered small piles of carefully piled stones, altars on which Yukul hunters made ritual offerings to one of their pagan gods. We now know the reason for the Yukul's long migration. Their domestic economy was, it seems, directly linked to the mammoth. They used the mammoth for both transport and as beasts of burden, for meat, skin, fat, and ivory. It is beyond doubt that we are dealing with a genuine case of symbiosis between man and animal. Mammoths were forced north by changing climatic conditions, and the Yukuls followed. Some prehistoric cave drawings, identified as being of Yukul origin, have led the scientific community to conjecture that at one time the Yukuls realized the incredible achievements of domesticating mammoths. They are, to our knowledge, the only prehistoric people to have represented a man astride a mammoth. Yukul life was thus intimately linked to that of their pachyderms. They used their hides for clothing and to build roofs, walls, and houses. They used their tusks to construct the frameworks of their dwellings and for weapons, tools, and jewelry. Curiously, the disappearance of the mammoth 12,000 years ago had no immediate impact on the Yukul's way of life. It seems that they were able to retain the strong link that tied them to mammoths throughout millennia. As incredible as it might seem, Yukuls still feed on mammoth meat today and use mammoth hide for clothing and to roof their dwellings. Their craftsmanship of mammoth ivory is altogether remarkable. It appears that the Yukuls have managed to retain their ancestral habits by using, over the years, the many frozen mammoth bodies that are perfectly preserved in the frozen Siberian wastes. They are said to have lived off this enormous pantry for more than 30 centuries. To do this, they have hollowed out a vast network of caves in the frozen ground. According to the intrepid explorer Marie Bedranov, Yukul civilization has now gone underground. Specialists in the paleontology departments of St. Petersburg's have never credited Yukul myths and legends. However, the legend of the Siberian ice arc is typical of such folklore. It has long been considered a fable told by shaman in the evening to ward off the boredom of the long Siberian winter months. The legend tells that somewhere on a lost island to the north of the tundra, there still exist live mammoths, relics of the long-gone ice age, a tiny population that has been preserved for more than 12 centuries under Yukul care. The island the pachyderms inhabit is called Syberia. To my notes, I add the tale of this legend as Marie Budranov related it in her memoirs. It agrees on all points with statements from Yukuls I had the fortune to meet. Although this story constitutes no proof of the existence of the island of Syberia, it forms a tantalizing hypothesis. Bluegrass, scarlet bramble. When fall arrives, the odor of its flowers is so strong that it is known to awaken hibernating Yuki. Scarlet bramble, mixed with walrus blubber or tallow. This scarlet bramble is frequently used in Yukul medicine. The fumes released by burning it have considerable healing properties. The shamans recount that the plant only grows on the tomb of one whose soul is at peace. Okay, I'm going to assume this will be used on Hans. The Legend of Syberia. At the end of the last ice age, there were huge climatic changes. Much of the land was flooded by water. This sudden environmental variation put the existence of a number of animal species in danger, including the mammoths that inhabit the lands of the Siberian North at that time. The Yukuls, a particularly advanced people for the age, set about the construction of an enormous ark, like that of Noah, with the objective of preserving the mammoths, objects of religious devotion, from extinction. The enormous craft was entirely constructed of mammoth tusks and was loaded with a small herd of beasts and huge quantities of fur. The fate of the ship was entrusted to several particularly courageous members of the Yukul clan. Their mission was to lead the animals toward more welcoming climes. Once such lands were discovered, it was agreed that they would unload the animals and then come back to spread the tidings of their good fortune. It wasn't until 10 years later that the Ark returned to its starting place. The Yukos, who had remained on the continent, were surprised to find the ship empty, but for the perfectly preserved bodies of several mammoths in the ice that packed the bottom of the ship. They took this mysterious offering as a sign from the gods and ate the mammoths in a memorable feast. A week later, carried along by ocean currents, the Ark set sail again. Once more, it returned 10 years later with more frozen mammoths on board. The phenomenon continued for millennia. Every 10 years, the Ark would reappear, each time filled with immaculately preserved mammoths. The Yukos interpreted the phenomenon as an act of benevolence on the part of the souls of the conquerors who had died during the Ark's first journey in some infernal maritime cataclysm. They made a religion of the Ark with its own rites and customs that was marked by the periodic appearance of the phantom ship and its precious cargo. For centuries, nothing seemed to affect the Ark's mysterious roundabout. One day, however, the Ark returned earlier than expected and empty. This was 100 years ago. The poor Yukos fell into deep despair. Everything they had believed in, and had been the foundation of their culture since the dawn of time, lost meaning. The most valiant tried hard to maintain hope, especially because the Ark still continued its peregrinations into the unknown, borne away on the seasonal ocean tides. But one morning the Ark refused to set sail. Many Yukos then left their village forever, trailing their despair across the tundra. Sometimes they can be encountered in the smoke-filled drinking holes of the last outposts of civilization. These poor, sodden souls drown their befuddled minds in alcohol, recounting their unlikely mammoth tales to fellow alcoholics. When the explorer Bedranov arrived among the Yukos, she noted the presence of what was once a ship. Only the Yukos could perceive the mythical centuries. She put forward the hypothesis that the accumulated ice had eventually doubled the volume of the Ark and rendered it incapable. Okay. So, I've accidentally read all the way to the end because I literally do not recall where I left off in terms of what I did last time. So, yeah. That's the reason for the cut, because clearly I can't exactly go further than what the next set has. So either way, we'll be back to the 2012 or 2011 self that recorded the original Let's Play. Either way, thank you for liking if you liked, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Wait, favoriting isn't a thing anymore. Oh well, you're gonna keep hearing it. Let's just stick with the timeline. Until next time, guys. See ya!